Hey guys, welcome back to Music Talk with John. Today I'm continuing through my record collection. I'm going to start with Foreigner and I'm going to work my way to Fun. So, got about 4 or 5 artists here I'm going to be discussing today. So, let's do this. So, you guys sit back, kick your feet up, and let's talk music. Okay, so first group I have here, like I said, is Foreigner. I believe this is their first album. It came out in 1977. Like I said, I think it's their first one. I don't know why I didn't look that up so I could tell you guys. But anyway, this is called Foreigner. This has some big hits on here, staples that you still know of these guys that still hold up, still good rock songs. Feels Like the First Time is on here. Cold as Ice and Long, Long Way from Home. So those songs are on here. This is your original Foreigner lineup. Lou Gramm on lead vocals. Now, I don't know if Lou Gramm left the band because of health reasons, is what I heard. So I don't know if he's in and out of the band. But what a voice on that guy. I mean, just a great rock voice. Can just hit just about everything. So I love his voice. So I'm not sure exactly what the story is on that, but I believe there were some health issues. Then you have Mick Jones on your lead guitar and vocals. I believe Mick Jones was responsible for writing most of the songs, and he was big on producing later on. I don't know if he was yeah, he collaborated on this one as far as the production of the album. Then you have Ian McDonald on guitars, keyboards, horns, and vocals. Al Greenwood on keyboards and synth. Ed Gigliardi, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, on bass and vocals, and Dennis Elliott on drums. And they said special thanks to Ian Floyd for backing vocals. So anyway, this is the Foreigner album from 1977. It's black vinyl. I haven't figured out quite yet if this is the first pressing or not, but the album itself is in really good shape. No pops on it, so it's a good sounding album. And this is kind of like one of the first ones I picked up when I started getting back into vinyl collecting. The next one I have here is Steve Forbert, Alive on Arrival. Now, this album I brought up in the past a little bit back on Grabs because I picked this up at a thrift store. And come to find out, I had been talking to a friend about this guy, just kind of a little bit, not too much about him, but just something stuck in my brain about him. This guy is, he's kind of like Dylan. He has a folk country style and kind of sings. He doesn't have that hey like Dylan, but he kind of sings like he's out of breath, like he's trying to get those words out before it expires almost. It's just a good solid album, good singer songwriter stuff. Has the harmonica in there that you know of Dylan. It has a lot of things that remind me of Dylan, and this guy has this was his first album, came out in 1978, and he's continued to make music. This is Steve Forbert. Nice little, like I said, country folk kind of thing, more to the folk side, but good just album to listen to, good storytelling in here. He's a good songwriter, so definitely recommend it. Check him out if you're into like that Dylan kind of genre or type of writing, I guess you could say. Next one here is just a great album I need to get a better copy of. I know it's rough, but I like just having it. And this is the Four Tops' second album, and this came out in 1965. This is a really good album. Has a lot of good songs. Not a dead song on here. Has I Can't Help Myself, the one with Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. That song. Something About You. That's a big one, and it's the same old songs. Those are three big songs that came off this album, and the rest of the songs that are on here are just as good. I mean, those three stand out a little bit more, probably because they're more familiar, maybe. But this album's just solid. Like I said, it's okay. It doesn't skip, but it has some pops and it's a little dirty. Now, I haven't run it through my record cleaner either, so I just thought about that. So maybe I'll give it a cleaning too, because the record itself is when you look at it, in appearance is clean, but it has those pops. So maybe it just needs to get some of that grit out of there. Who knows how long it's been sitting around. This is on Motown, so I haven't checked it out to see if this is quite an original or not, first pressing or anything like that. But it does say copyright 1965. There's no barcode on it. It is aged, and it looks like they've kind of put this over something else too. So I don't know what the story is on that, but this right here seems to be pasted on over the album. So I don't know if that was the style or not, but it's interesting because there is writing underneath here. So I'll have to look that up and see what the story is on that. Next one I have here is like the biggest live album ever recorded. And I found out a lot of cool information on this lately. There's a guy I watch on YouTube, and of course, his name is escaping me right now, but I'm going to put his link to his channel in there. He actually interviewed this guy, and this is Peter Frampton. Man, it's gonna drive me crazy. I just watched all his videos. He actually did a cool breakdown of this album, almost song by song, and told a story about when he was first playing guitar. That this is one of the albums he actually used to learn music and guitar and listening by ear and how to play. He had a whole summer where he had broken his ankle or whatever, picked up a guitar and used this album to learn, along with some other album. I can't remember what it was, but he has that video, and also he has one with Peter Frampton himself. He actually interviewed him. It's gonna drive me crazy because I can't think of the guy's name, but I'll put it in there. I'll pop it up here. But he really went into detail and actually sort of enlightened me a bit on this album, and kind of made me not respect it, but appreciate it a little bit more, to understand it a little bit more. Even the songs I wasn't like thrilled about, I got into a little bit more once he explained what they were doing in here. This wasn't simple chord changes. There's a lot of things they're doing in there. And the really interesting part is there was only four guys. If you listen to this album, it sounds like more than four guys, but Frampton was saying that they were so tight at that point. I think just the bass player was newer at that point, but the other guys were so tight with each other. The way he was talking about it almost seemed like how jazz musicians work. They were just in tune with each other. They just knew there were parts where somebody would play something, and one guy would pick up on it, and Frampton would hear a lick or something from the other guitar player, and he would actually incorporate it into the solo. So this album includes songs that were on, I think Frampton had 4 studio albums before this, after leaving Humble Pie. They didn't really have any commercial success, but if you listen to those versions of the big songs that are on here, like Show Me the Way, Baby I Love Your Way, Do You Feel Like We Do, those were on other albums, but these live performances are crazy. Like, he has that talk box that he uses on these, and it just brings it alive. And if you watch that video, you'll see what I'm talking about as far as what he did and incorporated with that talk box, and with the different breakdowns and parts in Do You Feel Like We Do. And it really gets into how it was recorded, why they recorded it. So it's really cool. So I'll definitely put that in the description. So anyway, this is Frampton Comes Alive. My version's, it's good. It's an old copy. I'm not sure if it's an original or not. It's on black vinyl. I don't know if these are original sleeves or not, but you have that, and some advertisements for other stuff. Yeah, definitely a good album, and I definitely got more into it actually once I learned more about it. Sometimes that happens. You like an album and some parts are okay, and then you watch a video or something and it really explains to you about that album, and you get a little more information and understanding, and you appreciate it more, and it comes a little bit closer to you. So I think that's the big thing with albums. If you become close with them, you have a bonding experience with them, almost, with these albums. Some of them stand the test of time, that you take, from your teenage years to your grave, basically loving it. And some albums you're like, and later on you hear about them, get some information on them, then they kind of come into you a little bit. So I think that's part of the experience, is that understanding a little bit more about the album. It's almost like I wish with every album that was released, they would give you a DVD of the making of that album. Then you find out about, what happened while that album was being made, how the lyrics came together, was there turmoil in the band, all that. Once you start learning that stuff, you get interested in the album. Explain to me what the title of it is about, what the artwork means. That I think that really helps people if they did that. But I guess a lot of music is mystery behind their artwork and things like that, and then you find out later through books and things like that what the artwork was about and what was happening, who did it, and all that. I would like to know more about each album just to get closer to it, get an idea, what were they thinking. It's kind of cool. The last one I have for you here is the band Fun. This was 2012 when this came out. They had big hits on here, Some Nights and We Are Young. I really like the song Carry On here. They're all good songs, good melodies and hooks and things like that. But one thing I did discover going down the street, kind of listening to it with my wife in the car, and she's like, yeah, they kind of start to sound the same. And I'm like, yeah, it is. The production's too tight in some places. So it's an enjoyable album, but in a way it's sort of wearing on me a little bit. So I don't know if it's because of that. The production is, they use voice auto tuning and stuff like that on there. I think just for effect, because this guy can sing his head off. I've seen him do live stuff with Pink, so the guy can sing. So I think they use the auto tune just for effect. I just think it's just too tight with the production, a little too slick maybe once you listen to it a little bit more. And there's parts of this that actually reminded me not so 80s sounding, but with the style of Lindsey Buckingham on his Go Insane album. I don't know why while I was listening to this and like it keeps reminding me of Go Insane. And I played Go Insane, and it's obviously dated, good album, but dated with the 80s sounds in there. But I'm like, what the heck was it? I still haven't figured out what exactly kept reminding me of that album. But it's good. I'm gonna hold on to it for right now. Hopefully, I get back into it a little bit more. I don't know what I had here originally. I did get it new, and there's something here. Now I know when I got it, it had a disc in here, and I wonder if that's where the disc was supposed to be, because it was really weird. If you watch that video, I was kind of like caught off guard because this disc was just in here and it came flying out, and it's just the album on CD. And like I said, just stuck in here. I have a feeling it was supposed to be in here. So let's see. I have a feeling that's what they were supposed to do with it. And maybe somebody in production got lazy and just threw it in the sleeve part. Oh, well, there it goes. Yeah, I think this is how it was supposed to look. So for some reason, yeah, it is, because I just realized it's the guy's t-shirt. So somebody in production didn't do their job or something. So I showed you before what it looks like now with the disc in there in place. Now I figured it out. You can see it's actually, I didn't even know what it was on the disc before until I did that, and I realized it's the guy's shirt. So this is where the disc was supposed to be, and that's not where it was. It was in here with the album and just flew out. So luckily nothing happened to it, but now it's in its place. So that's kind of cool now. Anyway, there's a poster that it came with. So I guess it's just three guys. I think this was just like just like one of those one timers where the three guys got together and put together an album for some reason. Got all the lyrics there. That's fun some nights, and that was from 2012. And that's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you watching and sticking with me. Please tell your friends about me. Get some subscriptions going for me. That's awesome. I'm up to about 120, so I'm getting excited. I'm starting to see more people in there and interacting with me and commenting, and it's fun, and everybody's been really cool. Hopefully everybody understands I'm in this for my love of music, and I want to talk to other people who love music. So I don't want any negativity, and I'm glad that none of that's come to the channel, and I hope it never does. So I just want to keep it cool and just discuss music and have fun with this whole thing. So you guys leave me some comments. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see. I've got a lot of cool ideas, but I always like to know what you guys are interested in. So let me know. Definitely hit the like button and the notification button. And until next time, you guys enjoy your music and you take care out there.